I'm delighted to welcome you to a new workflow, the Quant MSMS Accurate Mass Confirmation workflow. So let's walk through this targeted MSMS workflow. And I'll start, of course, with the quantitation. The quantitation is going to go after the scan data and look at an extracted ion to measure the target response. Now, this targeted MSMS acquisition, in addition to the scan, is going to acquire a targeted MSMS spectra. Basically, take that target and run a product ion scan to provide confirmation evidence. And that's the rest of this workflow down here. So on this side, we're going to take the product ion scan, that MSMS product ion scan, and collect the actual MSMS for that sample. We are then, in a very similar manner to other workflows, going to match that up against a spectral library. Now note that the spectral reference library is also an MSMS product ion scan. So that match will be correlated, producing a library match score. That provides confirmational evidence, and the final concentration comes along with a score, spectral match. So let me describe in a demo here the power of MSMS confirmation. First, you see the target, which has come from an extracted ion chromatogram from the scan data. In addition to that, over here, you're going to see the actual MSMS that came from the targeted MSMS acquisition correlated with a reference, which again is an MSMS product ion scan, and you'll get a library match score. In addition to that, you've got information that's provided from the scan. So the scan is likely to have an isotopic pattern, and that pattern is reported in the mass match score, which takes into account the correlation between the predicted pattern and the pattern that you see in the isotopic distribution. So those two pieces of information give you true confirmation. So here we are in Batch at a Glance for a demo. Let me make this a little simpler. I'll get rid of the calibration curve. I'll get rid of the target, and we'll just look at the spectrum. So let's blow that up. And I'm looking at the MSMS workflow. And that's shown because the properties are set to, and I go to tab 2 and look here at the spectral settings. I've got the override spectral, which gives me the product ion MSMS, and that is shown with the reference spectra. To illustrate the flexibility of the UI presentation, let me take the case of the scan data. So I want to see not the MSMS, so I will turn off the override spectrum, and I will turn off the library reference, which is an MSMS, and I will turn on the reference pattern spectra. Now I have set up a pattern library which stores the synthesized isotopic patterns in a library to compare against the actuals. So if I give that a go, I can see here I've got a strong M plus H and a little bit of ammonium adduct. If I zero in on the M plus H, I can see that that pattern, the distribution here, follows very closely with the synthesized predicted. Thanks for your attention.